are going to Torrey Pines for a hike, and as you can see outside of the gate, it's hard to find parking, so we always go in to park. It does cost money to park here, unless you have a veteran's pass. We always drive up to the top of the hill near the visitor center to park and hike. If you are ever in San Diego, I would highly recommend the Torrey Pines hike. As you can see, there's a lot of people today.
Yeah, just all the way down and you'll see a sign to the
That doesn't connect to beach trails.
well, you can't see it goes over
We're here, and I'm going to take my favorite hike, which is Razor Point
Fabulous.
and Yucca Point down to the beach trail.
Fabulous.
At the start of the trail, they always post the high tide and low tides. And I would recommend bringing plenty of water. And I like to bring my walking sticks with me. These are from Spout Door. And I would say it's a medium hike because of all the stairs, and here's some information about that. There are amazing views up here, and of course you have the Torrey Pines that you'll see on your hike. Immediately you have some great views, and we're headed to Butte Point. It's actually called Red Butte Point, and you can see the people up on there. Come to a sign that says to Razor Point or the beach, and you can go either way, but we're going to go towards the beach direction. You're going to come to a Y in the trail, and you'll just take a right, and it'll take you to the Red Butte Rock. I like this trail because it has the trees overhanging, so you go into a little bit of shade here. In some areas you'll have to duck to get under the branches. Then you'll come to another Y, and you just take a left, and then you just climb up the stairs towards Red Butte. You just go on the trail that heads towards the ocean. You can see Razor Point in the distance, and then also Yucca Point. Those are the two areas that we're going to hike to, and you can see the incredible views. I love all of the Torrey Pines that you see out here. You can see La Jolla in the distance. And you can see why this is a really popular place to visit in San Diego, because the views are just incredible and it's such a fun hike. I'm right next to one of the beautiful Torrey Pines. You can see where people can sit and enjoy the view. And there's another lookout point in the distance from another trail hike. It's a fairly easy hike to Razor Point and Yucca Point. It's down to the beach where you have all the steps that you have to take. And it always seems like the weather here is so nice because of the cool breeze, the cool ocean breeze that you get. Here's a prickly pear with some fruit on it, and some yuccas. We're almost to Razor Point, and they call it Razor Point because the rock is shaped like a razor blade. You can see the erosion creates a really pretty rock structure. You can hear the ocean waves. You're going to come to some signposts. Here's one for Yucca Point going straight, which is where we're going to go next. And we are headed to Razor Point Overlook to the right.
These are roots. You could show that these roots.
Yeah, here's some roots from the Torrey Pine here. And you can see all the erosion that's happened over the years. It's just really beautiful. You can see some Torrey Pines down below as well. There's some shells on the side of the rock structure. There's another hiking area in the distance. You can see some people checking out the view. Here's Razor Point. You can see the beautiful San Diego coastline. And the ocean. And then on the other side is Yucca Point, which we're headed to next, and La Jolla in the distance. We're going to head down these steps towards the bridge and Yucca Point. And if you look around, you can see all the people hiking. And there's Red Butte up there. Some people standing on the rock. So now you're going to come to a T, and if you turn left, you go towards the beach, which is where we're going to go after we finish seeing Yucca Point. And there's a sign here that points towards Yucca Point. You can see all of the yuccas, hence the name Yucca Point. And sometimes you'll see them in bloom. Right now they're not blooming.
Just like showcase. We'd have one drink. But we'd be going to like steak, or we'd be going to like cow or something.
You can see the trail below. That's where we're going to go next, towards the beach. We're going to go down and walk on the beach. And this direction, further, that beautiful coastline there is Black's Beach. And that's actually a nude beach here in San Diego. You can see the paragliders in the distance. There's a lot of them up today.
Yeah, because like I said, I'll start sending the stuff because I want to. No.
You can see all the people hiking down the beach trail. That's the more popular trail down to the beach. There's a lot of steps. Here's the view from Yucca Point. This is the other side, Yucca Point. You can just look out on the ocean, the vast ocean, and you can hear the waves. This was an old trail that they had to close because of the erosion. So now it's fenced off and you can't walk that direction. Now we're headed to the beach trail. So there's a lot of steps going down.
Oh yeah, it smells like a dead, something dead.
Yeah.
Animal that.
There's a lot of people at Yucca Point now, enjoying the view. You can see the beautiful rock structure as you're hiking down towards the beach. And there's Yucca Point and the beach. So here you made it to the bottom, and you can go right towards the beach, or you can go straight. When we finish going to the beach, we're going to go up those stairs to make a loop back to the car. You can see the beach below, see the waves. These are the final steps that will lead to the beach. Those are the steps that we came down to the beach. And the beach has a lot of rocks. can hear the ocean waves. It's really peaceful down here. And some people, they look at the high tide, low tide. So when it's low tide, they're able to walk back to the entrance to Torrey Pines. We found some rocks to sit down, and we're going to drink some water and have a little snack. Seems like the tide is a little high right now. You can see the water line going all the way up to the rocks. But we still managed to get here without getting wet. I love my Kind bar. So delicious. Now we made it back up towards the top, and we're taking a right to go up the steps, and we're going to loop back to the car going this way. I think there's less people going this way. Most of the people take the beach trail. So this is a nice hike back up. Not as many people. So you still get an exercise though. But it's more gradual, and it zigzags back and forth instead of just going straight up on the steps. It's a jet in the sky. And right below was where we were sitting and had our snack and some water. You can really see the paragliders from here. There's a lot of them. You can see the beach trail from here. All the steps. People hiking down. There are some steps going this way too, but it seems like there's not as many people. And I think it is a little bit longer going this way, but it's a nice hike. From here you can see Red Butte Point. And there's Razor Point. And there is Yucca Point. The visitor center is in the distance, and it looks like we're about the same height as the Red Butte Rock. You can see people standing on it. And there's Razor Point and Yucca Point. Eventually, you're going to come to a fork in the road. To the left is the North Fork, and to the right is the South Fork. And the North Fork is a little bit shorter, hike back, and then the South Fork is a little bit longer. We like doing the South Fork, so we're going to take the South Fork. Run into another marker that says the Broken Hill Overlook. And that's always a nice place to go and check out the view. From up here, You can see the famous Torrey Pines golf course. And there's the glider port. You can see one of the paragliders up close here. This is the view from the other side. There are a lot of paragliders out today. That's the glider point. This paraglider's right over the ocean. He's headed back to the glider port. On the South Fork, you'll run into this beautiful Torrey pine. You can see all the pine cones. And the South Fork also leads towards the Torrey Pines golf course. The South Fork Trail will end where this beautiful Torrey pine is. And to your right is the Torrey Pines golf course. And the South Fork Trail will dump right into this street. And there's no cars that drive on this street. The only cars that drive on this street are maybe the volunteers' cars. And there's bicycles that go on this street and other hikers. But this street will take you right back to where you parked your car and the visitor center. The North Fork also dumps into this main road, but the North Fork is a little bit further up on this road. Here's a nice map of the Torrey Pines State Natural Reserve. You can see the mile markers, how far each of the trails go. And we are on the South Fork Trail. And we just met up with the road. Please hit like and subscribe to receive more of my videos. And you might want to check out my Helen May Crochet YouTube channel if you ever wanted to learn how to crochet. I show step by step how to make fun crochet projects. And even if you do know how to crochet, you might have fun crocheting some of my crochet designs. I'm going to take you into the Visitors Center. I would recommend going in here before you start your hike. They always have a docent who's a volunteer that can give you all kinds of information about the trails and the nature reserve and the Torrey Pines. Right now they're undergoing some construction, but it looks like you can still go inside. They have free guided nature walks that start at the Visitor Center on Fridays, Saturdays, Sunday, and holidays at 10.
You will be very soon have red butte on your left side. That is this beautiful burnt orange rock. You can actually climb on it. Stay on the right side and follow the trail till you get to the Razor Point Oval. Really beautiful. The geology here and just what you can see, really beautiful. So this is in out, so you have to go back out. Then you see this trail here. This little trail connects Razor Point Trail with the beach trail. So go onto that to Beach Trail. And you will have pretty soon an option to also go to Jalapeno Overlook, which I always recommend.
Okay.
Especially when you are here, I always say stop a little bit and just look north and see the beautiful erosions. Just a really beautiful overlook. It's also in out. You follow the signs to Beach Trail, and then you are here. And then what you could do, so if you do this, what I just said, so following here, go up here, do this, go all the way down, that's about 2.1 miles. And of course,
Strava said we hiked 3.9 miles. You can also park at the bottom of the hill near the entrance, and you can walk across the street to the beach. And you can go swimming and walk in the sand along the ocean. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this hike and that you'll visit Torrey Pines Nature Reserve. I think that you'll really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. Have a beautiful day.